Don't have to buy anything they make, do we?
You have a drink every day in school, too.
The crew members, in order to overcome the earthly gravity, have been
I wanna start some rumors with you. Yeah. Rumors. I wanna start some rumors with you.
Iba na ang buhay ngayon. Parang walang kasiguraduhan. Pero tuloy lang kahit nahihirapan. Hindi ka nag-iisa dahil may mapaghuhugutan ka ng lakas. May makakapitan anumang pagsubok ang dumaan.
Kaya mo yan, sir.
May tuloy-tuloy na magmamalasakit.
We have AIA medicine.
Proprotekta at magbibigay pag-asa para tuloy-tuloy ang magandang bukas. Tuloy-tuloy ang buhay. Tuloy-tuloy ang pagmamahal.
Magkapit-kapit Pinoy, magsama-sama. Kapit Pinoy, walang hindi makakaya. Haharapin, magkakapit kamay.
Hello, ayan. Good afternoon, of course. Good afternoon here in UK. I do hope that you can hear me because I just changed my sound card. This is once again Ela Hidalgo of COVID Warriors Corner, a group tribute to the frontliners. We are already on our second year. And of course, first and foremost, I would like to give my shout out to our admins, Rodal Saicon of Taralets. We have Randy Silverio, aka Juker Diva, Chef Michaela Atay of Seafood Galore, and of course, our request princess, Catherine Alberto, na nakabakasyon silang lahat. So they're not doing any show at the moment, but they will be back here in COVID Warriors very soon. Ayan, so mapapanood nyo ulit sila every, of course, Saturday and Sunday. And of course, si Kuya Rodel Saicon with Taralets, iba-iba po siya ng oras, ng araw, kung kailan siya pwedeng mamasyal at gumala, di ba? So, and of course, I would like to say hello to, we have the Inciso sisters, the formerly called Lady Mercury, and I'm gonna promote later on their show. And before we start our talk, because we have two Filipino prides that we're gonna interview today, di ba? Kung paano nila naabot ang kanilang success sa buhay in their respective professions and ayun nga. So before meeting them, guys, I would like to sing a song for everyone. This is from a song from the group Smoky Mountain, where my cousin was from. So hopefully Jeffrey Hidalgo will be here in UK very soon. So we will announce it for the definite details, guys. So this song is for everyone. Hope you like it. Bakit kaya nangangamba sa tuwing ika'y nakikita? Sana na may magpakilala. Ilang ulit nang nagkabangga, aklat kong dalay pinulot mo pa, di ka pa rin nagpakilala. Bawat araw sinusundan, di ka naman tumitingin. Anong aking dapat gawin? Bakit kaya umiiwas? Binti ko ba'y mayroong gasgas? Nais ko nang magpakilala. Dito'y mayroon sa puso ko, munting puwang laan sa'yo. Maari na bang magpakilala? Bawat araw sinusundan, di ka naman tumitingin. Anong aking dapat gawin? Kailan mo ba mapapansin ang aking lihim? Kahit anong aking gawin, di mo pinapansin. Kailan nahaplusin ang pusong bitin na bitin? Kahit anong gawing namin, di mo pa rin pansin. I hope you're enjoying the sunny day here in London. And I know most of you are having a barbecue party. Sana all. Sana all. Dito'y mayon sa puso ko, munting tuwang laan sa'yo. Maari na bang magpakilala? Bawat araw sinusundan, di ka naman tumitingin. Ang aking dapat gawin? Kailan mo pa mapapansin ang aking lihim? Kahit anong aking gawin, di mo pinapansin. Kailan nahaplusin ang pusong bitin na bitin? Kahit anong lambing La Rosa Tejada. Tuwing lambing, di mo pa rin pansin. Yes. I hope you still remember that song, guys, especially the mga batang 90s. Diba? So yeah, I can see comments, but I don't see some. I see the names. Of course, we have Armand De La Rosa. He was our former contestant of the Singing Sensation here in COVID Warriors Quarter. Thank you so much, Barline TV and Yahoo. Yes. Supportahan po natin. Barline TV of Armand De La Rosa in Yahoo. Sorry, YouTube. Yeah, YouTube. And of course, we have this one. I don't see the name. So if you could just put your name at the end of your comment, guys, it will be really appreciated. And before anything, before I will introduce our first guest, of course, I would like to congratulate the AIM 24 care of LV Laksamana. She's one of the directors who had their inauguration yesterday in Shepherd's Bush. And of course, the Bohemia UK who celebrated their 4th anniversary in Kilburn. And I would like also, I met the CEO of the Mrs. Euro Asia yesterday, and they're having their grand finals in Lancaster on the 30th of July. So Scobie Wise Corner will be there supporting everyone, all the candidates in Lancaster. Yes, ayan, bakasyon kami ng 3 nights, 2 nights lang pala. Gala-gala, di ba? Pag my time. And of course, Germination is watching, Jeremy Esperanzante, and we have Alana Saicon of Davao City. And ayan. And of course, so I'm gonna introduce our first guest, guys. I'm so proud that he agreed to be to share his time dito sa COVID Warriors Corner because I know he's so busy. He's having his upcoming shows here in UK, and please do support him, guys. I've watched one of his videos, and I really wanted to watch his show, so hopefully I'll find time. So I'm going to introduce to you guys. He is the Filipino stepson of New Zealand comedy, a favorite on the scene. He has been part of the New Zealand International Comedy Festival since 2012 and has put on multiple successful seasons. In 2019, James he debuted his latest show, Boy Mestizo, to sold out audiences in Melbourne, Sydney, Wellington, and Auckland. This show garnered him a nomination for the Fred Award for the best show in the 2019 New Zealand International Comedy Festival, and in 2022 it premiered as a taped stand-up comedy special on Channel 3 and 3 Now. So his other television credits include being one of the judging panelists on The Masked Singer New Zealand, TVN as New Zealand. Have you been paying attention? New Zealand 7 days and performing in the New Zealand Comedy Gala. James, he also featured on Trees, Jono, and Ben and Funny Girls. He has opened for some of the most popular comedians in the world, including Ronnie Chang, Nick Kroll, Dimitri Martin, and Ron Fanches. And of course, he's doing a solo career right now. And outside the comedy, he's been involved in theater. He's a founder of Proudly Asian Theater, a theater company dedicated to showcasing more Asian New Zealand stories on stage, and has played the lead role of Sidhu in Indian Ink Theater Company's Keys to Fish, which has toured New Zealand and USA. And I'm so proud, of course, to present to you another Filipino pride who's been making his name in around the world, guys. So let's welcome on the stream, James Roque.
Hey out there. Thank you so much for having me.
Ayan. Now,
Hello.
would you like to greet everyone who's watching right now?
Yeah, sure. First of all, I just want to say salamat for reading all of my credits like that. Wow. Like, can you please, can I get you on a Zoom call with my mum, and can you tell her that this is a real career?
I know what. Yeah, I know. Filipino waters, Filipino parents want to be a painter. I want to be like singer. They said, "Oh no. You better be a doctor. You better be a nurse, an engineer."
I know.
I've been through
I know that this group that you have is mostly for a lot of like nurses and frontline workers for COVID, which is great, and I'm very appreciative of them. But it does remind my parents that I should have been doing that instead of this. So,
So did your parent ask you to be a nurse before?
oh yeah, 100%. So this was like a career that I kind of accidentally found. I grew up in New Zealand, as you said. So yeah, my
Mm.
parents were like, "You have to be a nurse or a doctor or a lawyer," and then I told them when I wanted to be a comedian. I got hit with the same thing. Like I know a lot of people will know who Johoy is, but
Yeah,
I got
yeah.
hit. I got hit with the same thing that he did, which is why aren't you a nurse? Like you should have been a nurse.
No, I mean, right now, like I realized, I don't know. I'm so sorry, but there's a lot of Philippine culture that it's not really right. It's
Oh no, it's fine.
sorry.
I
Yeah,
will
yeah,
say like I think nursing and medicine is a very noble
of course, yeah.
occupation. So I'm like, maybe mom had a point.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's actually a stable job because it's like for example, if you're you were in an entertainment and there was like what happened pandemic, they've lost all their jobs, right?
Yeah.
Like for 2 years, but us in nursing and medical field, we still have the job. So I think that's our parents' point, isn't it? Like at least we got something. It's a backup in case
Yeah.
this habit that we have, this passion that we have won't work. And that's what my mom told me as well. Like you
Yep.
can do your singing, your painting at the side, but you need to have a profession, proper profession, which is the nursing, or I used to be a physiotherapist in the Philippines anyway.
Yeah.
So
I think
yeah.
my mom told me that too, but I quit. I just did comedy anyway. I quit any job. So this is what I do for a living now, which is I'm very privileged and I'm very honored and
Mhm.
grateful to be able to say that. But it was definitely a risk. And then yeah, I'm glad it paid off because now I'm here. I'm in the UK doing a show. So
Yeah, I mean, as what they say, like if you follow your heart, if you follow what you're happy to do, then you'll be successful to it.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's what you did. You followed what you like. You followed what you love, which is a comedy. So tell us, how did you come up to the comedy scene? Like how were you able to go to the comedy scene in New Zealand?
Yeah, so in New Zealand, parang like wala akong masyadong comedian na that look like me, na Pinoy there. So for me, it was a little bit tougher because I think a lot of comedians there, they're all mostly puti. So I think
Oh,
I had to kind of learn how to. I had to learn what made me different and how I could use that in my comedy in New Zealand. And so I kind of accidentally found this career. I did this program called the Class Comedians Program, which is
mhm,
they go to high schools and look for like young comedians that potential comedians who teenagers that could be funny. And so I did that program, and I've just been doing it since. I've been doing comedy for 12 years now since then.
in a long
Um,
time. Yeah.
yeah, so
So
it's been a
sabi
while.
nga nila, 'di ba, like it's so difficult to make your audience laugh. So is there any show na parang wow, ba't hindi sila tumatawa sa jokes ko, or how
Oh,
did you deal with it?
yeah, all the time. I mean, like I said, so 12 years na po ako na nag-comedian. So like I think early in the career or early on in your career, parang like you really take it personally, you take it to heart. But
Mhm.
then eventually you do it enough times and you get good enough at comedy that you don't take it personally after a while. Like you just go, you know what? Sometimes you have off nights in the office, like any other job. Sometimes you'll have an off night, and so you just have to be okay with it and just accept it. And
Yeah.
it doesn't mean that you're a bad comedian or a bad person. It just means you had an off night. So when those days happen, I just laugh it off. I just kind of shrug it off and move on to the next one.
Oh, yeah. I know there's a lot of challenges to be a comedian, and one of that is it's so difficult really to make your audience laugh. And as it's just that Jeremy, I'm just gonna read Jeremy's comment. Jeremy is actually the CEO and founder of Germination. He does a lot of shows as well, and
Mm,
he's been collaborating with different communities for
cool.
events. Yes, so it says here, well done, you followed your heart. And comedian is a profession. Even social media management is now a new profession.
Yeah,
And
it's
then
I find and actually in my line of work, being a comedian,
mhm,
you have to learn how to become a social media manager for your own work as well.
yeah.
So because social media is such a powerful marketing tool, so you can use that to, as sell your show, sell tickets. So you need to understand both those things, and so I think you can't be a comedian in 2022 without kind of understanding how the digital space works.
Yeah, that's true. That's where I found you.
Yeah,
It's through
exactly.
the
So
social media, right?
yeah, so
We make connections through the social media. And
yeah,
it says, Jeremy said, like, mindset should be changed, especially for Filipinos.
yeah, yeah. I think it's very limiting, having that mindset that Filipinos can only
Mhm.
do the three professions.
Sessions, yeah.
Yeah, there's so many things. Filipinos are so like versatile, and so we're so multifaceted and talented. And there's so much we can do. We can't. You shouldn't just have to be frontline workers or nurses. We have other ways that we can shine as well. So I'm all about that.
Yeah, I think I mean our mothers, our parents thought that like only nursing or doctors have high paid salary, high paying
Yeah,
salary. Well, I
and
don't
what?
think
I
it's
don't
the case
blame
now.
them. I don't blame them for that as well, because for a long time it was the case. But I think now
Mhm.
the world is changing, it's adapting, and I think there's more opportunities for everybody.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. And it says I can't see their names because the people who's been because they don't have a name at the end of the comment, but I'll just check in here.
Frontline workers.
Yeah, it's actually Sheena who said hello to Jeremy Roy of Germination, and of course, yeah, and then Jeremy said exactly that's the point. Yes, and of course, like so again, before you did the comedy, or did you audition at all to do that comedy profession that you have?
No, I mean, parang, I suppose, the audition for being a comedian is like
Mhm.
just doing the open mics and then kind of winning over an audience and doing it enough times to prove that you're good at it. So I suppose that you kind of audition on the job. But I don't like it. There isn't one kind of moment that you go, you're a comedian now. Like it took maybe 1 or 2 years until I got paid to do comedy, until someone booked me to do a gig, and I can actually
Mm,
I got good enough that I could charge money for it.
yeah.
So parang hindi naman like one big audition, parang like you just have to stay in the scene and stay in the comedy scene, and stay relevant, I suppose, and you stay visible. Yeah.
So do you write your own scripts, or do
Yeah.
someone help you as well?
Yeah, I do write my own scripts, but I think as a comedian, parang yung process when you create work is I'll often bounce ideas off my fellow comedians, just to see what works, what doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, often, yeah, I'll 100% of the time write my own stuff, because it's a lot of the stories that I tell on stage from my own personal experience and my personal, because growing up in New Zealand, being Filipino, you experience a few things. There's a like I don't want to say they're always bad, but there are some
Yeah,
bad things. There's some good things too, but there's a lot. Looking like this in a majority in a country where everyone's puti,
yeah.
like you have to learn how to navigate that. And I think anyone who lives in the UK and is Pinoy will understand what that feels like. Because
I think there's less Filipinos in New Zealand than here in UK because there's a lot of Filipinos here in UK. I'm not sure
I
if New
actually
Zealand
think
as well.
percentage wise, it's kind of it. We can give you a run for your money. I think
Mhm.
in New Zealand, surprisingly, like sometimes when you step off, like when you go to a certain neighborhood in New Zealand, but I'm like, you're like, oh my god, am I in Manila? What is it? Like, it's like
Oh, really?
everyone's Filipino. Yeah, bro. You go to
Yeah.
Like Auckland Hospital or North Shore
Mhm.
Hospital in New Zealand, and parang like it's like a gateway to, parang like you step to a gateway nasa Cebu ka na. Like you're like, oh my god, what?
Oh,
It's just like little patterings of Tagalog, tapos Cebuano over here. Like if you're a hospital patient in New Zealand, it's like you're taking a tourist trip to the Philippines. Parang like it's like, yeah. It's pretty wild. So I think we can give you a run for your money here. Like there's a lot of
mm,
Filipinos in New Zealand.
wow. And did you have a show in the Philippines already, or are you planning to do a show there?
Not yet, but I'd love to in the future. It's on my goals.
Mhm.
It's definitely on one of my goals. It's on my list.
So hopefully, and then you'll get to know like you'll get to have a show in the Philippines para naman ma-expose naman yung talent mo doon sa Philippines. Marami ring mga Filipino
Oh
comedians
yeah.
in there who's really really good. Yeah. And of course like ano yung mga ang pinaka memorable show that you had as a comedian?
There's a lot, actually. I actually one happened very recently.
Mhm.
This happened last month. So I just come from New Zealand. I'm in the UK now, but
Mhm.
I've just come from there, and I was doing a tour nationwide of my show, of my new show Badong, which is the one I'm doing here. And I did a show in Christchurch, which is a city in New Zealand, Christchurch is pretty predominantly white New Zealander, like the makeup of the town. So it was surprising to me that one of the nights like was 90% Pinoy young audience. So there's about like maybe 100 people in the audience, and most of them were Filipino. And that was kind of the first time that happened to me in New Zealand, where like wow, and
Wow.
like so many Filipinos came in a small room, like so yeah, it was quite a memorable show for me. Because usually I was used to gigging to mostly
Okay.
white New Zealand people,
Uh,
and so it was nice to have a room full of Pinoys in there.
yeah, I hope you get a lot of Filipinos in here in UK as well to support your show.
Yeah, I
Hopefully,
do too.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I'm doing my show in London and Brighton
Mhm.
this week, in the coming weeks, and then in August I'm doing it in Edinburgh
Yeah,
for a
yeah.
whole month as part of the Edinburgh Fringe Festival. So I've got a whole month of shows in Edinburgh, and I know that there's lots of Pinoys here
There
and
are,
in
yeah,
Edinburgh as
yeah.
well, because I
Mhm.
know that because there's a Jollibee in Edinburgh, and that surprised me. As soon as I saw, I was like, my Jollibee sa Edinburgh, may nang Pinoy doon. Like that's why I was like, I felt confident to come here, and I was like, I know that the community will show
Mhm.
up because all I need to do is put a poster up in the Jollibee.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Yeah, and of course, like Jeremy can support you as well because he's got a lot of connections here in the Filipino community, so we can help you out to promote your show. Um, and
Cool.
of course, like yeah, what is it all about Badong? Like maybe you can just give us a little details about it.
Oh yeah, so Badong is my new show that I'm working on at the moment. So Badong is like, how every Filipino person has like a nickname, like
Yeah.
a parang like nickname. So you have your regular everyday name. Tapos you have your name. So my name's James, and my family calls me Badong.
Oh, I
And it's like
see.
a very Filipino thing to have a name like this.
Mm.
I think you know this out there, right? Like so, like
Yeah, yeah.
like my little sister, her name is Gisela, but we call her Klang Klang. Like it's always like one syllable but repeated, like Tang Tang, Mak Mak.
Oo.
And so this show is in particular about that name Badong for me, and what it means to me as a Kiwi, as a Filipino, but also a Kiwi, and how that kind of evolved over time. Yeah, and so that's kind of what the show's about, and just kind of understanding what my identity as a Kiwi as a
Mhm.
Kiwi Filipino person, and I think a lot of people can relate to that who grew up outside of the Philippines, especially if
Yeah.
you're younger when you moved, but like confusing to, it's a bit confusing to navigate your identity. So
Yeah, that's a good one. So as well as that you mentioned in your profile that you have a theater company. So tell us more about it.
yeah, so like I said, in New Zealand, the arts and theater in general is pretty it's pretty mainly dominated by white New Zealanders, and so I went to drama school. I trained as an actor, and so my friend, she's actually Chinese, and we came together after our drama school training, and we were like, "There's not a lot of work, professional work for us in the
Yeah.
industry because there's not a lot of roles for East Asian people in the theater and TV landscape in New Zealand." So we were like, how do we remedy that? And so we started a company called Proudly Asian Theatre, which was a way to create work for both of us, but also to change the landscape and to yeah. And so that company's been going strong since. That was 10 years ago now. We're celebrating our 10th year anniversary, and since then, the Auckland and New Zealand theatre and TV scene has changed a lot, and so it's a lot more diverse now, which is great.
And did you travel with your company to US and in here, or you're just doing it solo?
So I have traveled to the US, but that
Mhm.
was for a different theater company. That
Oh, I
was
see. Wow.
yeah, but not my personal one. Yeah.
Mhm. Wow, that's great. And I do really hope that the Filipinos here in UK will support your show in here, since it's really parang nakaka-proud na may isang Filipino comedian being known around the world. So would you like to invite everyone to see your show or to support you?
Oh, I'd love to anyone out there who's Filipino in the UK. I would love to invite you all to my show, Badong. This is my first time doing stand up comedy here in the UK, and it would mean a lot to me if I saw some Pinoy faces in the audience. I think that would be really great. My favorite thing to do is to use comedy to bring cultures together and different people from different backgrounds together, laughing at the same thing. So yeah, I'd love to invite the Filipino community to come out and join me for my show. I'm also doing I'm doing my show here in London and Brighton in the coming weeks, and then in the Edinburgh Fringe Festival from August 3 to August 28. You can get tickets on my website jamesroque.com/badong.
And I've asked you for a sample, but I don't know if you can do it. But
I think if people want a sample, they can find
just
me on
go to
TikTok. They can
yeah. All right. So can you just let us know your social media so people can follow you and see samples of your jokes?
Sure. So my TikTok is probably a good one, or my Instagram, but both of them is James Roque 31. If you just search James Roque, it'll come up. But yeah, I've got stand up clips on there. I've got all sorts of stuff. But if you like what you see, come on through.
Yes. Ayan. Maraming salamat, James, for your time. I really, really appreciate it in behalf of the COVID Warriors Corner. We wish you success on your shows here in UK and hope to
Thank
meet
you.
you one day.
Thank you so much out there. Thank you for having me. And shout outs to all the healthcare and frontline workers that are still working really hard during the pandemic. You guys are the reason that I don't have to be a nurse and my mom can finally accept my career. And she can be like happy for me. So it's not. Thank you for your work.
Thank you. Maraming salamat and God bless to you, James.
Salamat ate. Thank you.
Ayan, guys, it was really amazing to meet someone who's excelling in their own their field, which is the comedy. Parang yun nga. I mean, for Filipinos out there, talagang it would be great if you follow your heart, what you want, because you'll be successful in life, di ba? May mga nurses dyan na they're still following their own passion, even though they're doing the nurses. They're also doing other skills, like or mga yung passion talaga nila nandun pa rin, hindi talaga nawawala, like singing, dancing, di ba? May mga sumasali sa beauty passion and modeling. And before I will introduce to you our second guest, I'm gonna also invite everyone, guys, to please do support our upcoming show in August 28th, which is the Inciso. Ayan. So we're featuring the first runner-up of the singing sensation on August 28th at Apple Resto Bar, which is located in Clapham Junction. So they are our the winners. They are the first runner-up of our singing sensation held last year, November 2020, and one of the judges was Mr. Vini Saturno, and ayun, nagustuhan nga sila ni Mr. Vini Saturno, and now they are recording artists under Vini Saturno Music. Ayan, they were called formerly called Lady Mercury. Ayan, sana supportahan nyo, guys. So it's gonna be 12 pounds per ticket, and we have raffle tickets, which is £1 per strip. So please contact Kuya Rodel Saicon, any of the admin, Rodel Saicon, Rani Silverio, Catherine Alberto, Michaela Atay for the ticket reservation. Ayan, sana po. Sana po mag-join kayo sa amin on August 28th. We'll get a lot of entertainment, not only from the Incisa, but also from our guests. Of course, we have the Mamas and Papas Groove. We have the Siblings, the Team Good Vibes, Zumba Ladies. We have Wiki October. Nagloloko tong sound system ko pa ayan, Wiki October. Sabakan niyo guys. And of course, thank you sa mga nagpa-reserve niya ng ticket like of course si Jeremy Roy of Jeremy Nation. And ayan guys, so I'm gonna introduce to you our next guest. Isa na naman pong Filipino pride kasi hindi lang po siya isang scientist at nurse. Sumasali din po siya internationally sa mga beauty pageant. So, she is now the current Pure International Miss Wales 2021 and she recently competed in the US last June 26 and ikukwento niya sa atin kung ano ang mga pangyayaring naganap sa USA recently. And she's the current founder of Miss and Mr CosmoGlobe U.K, raising funds for charities such as the Salvation Army, British Heart Foundation, Barnada's Giving Children Back Their Future, the British Red Cross Society, St. Anne's Hospice, and Marie Curie Cancer Care. And of course, she is the One Philippines UK columnist with her column motivation article for the aspiring people across the world, featuring people from all walks of life, including empowering her fellow sister queens. She was featured twice for a global magazine owned by Mr. Derek Tukarwuzuski, I hope I pronounced it right, as World Class Queens of Philippines magazine, print issue 5, and World Class Queens of Wales magazine, print issue 1. She previously worked for AstraZeneca during pandemic. And of course, the collaboration of AstraZeneca University of Oxford have proven success of vaccine effectiveness as manufactured, developed, and distributed worldwide. She's currently spending her valuable time completing her thesis for submission and defense of her PhD studies at the University of Chester with project titled New Chemical Processing and Recycling Technologies for Auto Class. And of course, she loves making weekly vlogs with her loving son, Samuel, an adorable young boy who has so much love of his mother. So, yes, guys. So, ladies and gentlemen, on our stream, we have Sheena Chang. Hello, magandang. Would you like to greet our viewers right now?
Hello everybody. Good afternoon in the UK and in the Philippines. Nice to see you again.
Yes, you mentioned about that you are a nurse part-time and then you're actually a UK registered nurse. So, which one did you do first? Is it being a nurse and then you registered as scientist, right?
I did the nursing first. I have a license in the Philippines, and then I came here, and of course I started my family, and then when they're a bit settled, I studied again in as a scientist, and then I registered in the Royal Society of Chemistry.
Mm-hmm. And then you've dealt with you mentioned on your profile you've dealt with like AstraZeneca. Is that part of your being a scientist, right?
That is just the stepping stone in my career. So you need to have some first step in your career. So I took that role for as a first step, because since I'm still working on my research
Mm-hmm.
and waiting on my PhD studies.
So parang yung sa AstraZeneca part is part of your research. So how did you find that? Was it very challenging or ano yung na-find out mo while doing that research?
AstraZeneca is not a part of my research, but as a part of my experience. To gain experience in the pharmaceutical industry, since I have a pharmaceutical background and I'm studying as a PhD. So it's like to gain networking skills and to have a good CV as well. So when you applied in the another job role, they can see that you're already in that first step in getting there.
And how do you juggle your time? Like you're working, you're doing your research, you're working as a registered scientist, and also you are the founder and CEO of the CosmoGlobe UK. So tell me how do you juggle everything?
What I do is I have like a calendar. So I put a list of to-do list. So I example, I have a deadline submission for the One Philippines. I'm gonna make sure that I have done it already and then submitted it. And then after I submitted it, so I'm already free for the next month because it's only a monthly issue. So I'm gonna concentrate on the next step, which is my thesis. So I'm gonna work on that, and then put a post on it when I have to do another thing. Like example, I went to Ohio, USA in June 26 to July 7. So I put up a little bit of stop on working on my thesis
Mhm.
because I have to concentrate on that commitment first. And then when I finish on that commitment, I resume again my working on my thesis. And then I juggle with my kids as well on weekends. And I wanted to accommodate everything with because I always believe that time is precious and time is gold.
That's
So
true. And of course, life is short, right?
yeah, true.
Kailangan gawin mo lahat ng gusto mong gawin sa buhay, di ba? Para
Yeah,
walang
that's true.
sisihan. Walang
Yeah,
sisihan at
that's
the
true.
end. Yeah. And sabi nga dito ni Jeremy is superwoman yan si Sis Sheena, sabi.
Hello, Jeremy.
Ayan. Naglolo ko tong, narinig mo yung ingay?
A little bit, yeah.
I don't know what's wrong with this. But can you hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you clearly.
Yeah. So, ayun nga, let's talk about CosmoGlobe. When did you actually created this, and bakit mo naisipang bumuo ng isang beauty, this is not really is it a portrait or something like that, a photo
Competition.
submission, right? A
Yeah, yeah.
photo competition, yeah. So, paano mo naisipan tong idea na to? Saan nanggaling?
Well, when during pandemic, I was thinking that I need to do something like a platform that is not like physical event because
Mhm.
we cannot really do anything physically at that point. But even though I can do physical now, I would prepare to do online event because the pandemic is still out there, and
True.
I don't really want to put people at risk, and if they have get the COVID from my event, and I will be in trouble. So it's better for me to just keep away from the physical event for time being. So I
Mhm.
decided to do the online photo competition, which also empowers people of all ages. So I am open not only for the national, like United Kingdom only. So I'm open to across the globe.
International.
So everyone who wanted to be inspired, motivated, can also apply on that online competition
Yeah.
because they determine that it's a genuine platform, that I have 5 global judges that actually give them a score, and even give a comment on them how they can improve. It's like a first step on being out there, because some people, they're like they don't like to come out of their comfort zone. So that's the first step of people coming out from the comfort zone, by just posting their pictures online, and people getting the feedback from people or from judges, and
Mhm.
then you see that, oh, actually I can actually do it, because some people are not really like that 100% or 80% confident on walking on stage or doing a physical event. So you just need
Yeah.
to open a little doorway for them, to encourage them that they can actually do it. If I can do it, you can also do it.
Yeah, that's true. And and of course, like through the digital platform or the online platform, you can connect to different people, 'di ba? Hindi siya limited talaga. So,
Yes, yes,
pwede mong
yes.
gawin sa makikita nila sa buong mundo. Unlike pag person to person dito lang sa London or kung saan ka
Yes,
lang,
yes.
'di ba, sa Wales, 'di ba?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
taga Wales ka, right?
My auntie worked there in Wales, but I currently live in Manchester.
Ah, oh,
I
I
took
see
it as a
Manchester.
Yeah, I took it as a heritage title because Wales is very important for me, because
That's
my aunt
nice.
worked there for a very, very, very long time, like 20 years in the Glen Clwyd Hospital. So yeah, it's really important for us, that location.
Yeah. And yeah, because in CISA, the sisters who's coming here in August for a show, they're actually from Manchester.
Ah.
Oh, oo. So, you tell us about you joining the international, which is it your first time to join an international beauty pageant?
Um, it's my first time to well, actually it's the second time to compete in the international beauty pageant, because the first time I compete in an international beauty pageant is like held in under Miss Mary Salubre,
Mhm.
Woman of the Universe. It's an international platform where we have different kind of competitors from all over the globe as well, which I placed as a second runner up
Wow.
on that time. And then after that, I joined again for Pure UK. I'm only a finalist back then, and then I won
Mhm.
the title as a Pure International Miss Wales. And then after this two, and then we went to international, and that's the second time I joined the international pageant.
So, what inspired you to join beauty pageants aside from creating this, Cosmo Globe?
It's inspire me in the sense of we have created different platforms,
Mhm.
so each individual queens has their own platforms. So my platform is to empower other women, children, and all over the people across the globe. And it motivates me as well because I can meet a lot of people. It's not only
Mhm.
in my community here in my
Yeah.
circle. I can also reach out to them whatever country they are. Now I know Miss Lily Ahonen from Canada, Miss Star Villanueva from Philippines, and Maya Cookie from India, and then Venice Chan from Hong Kong, and Mary Rose from where she's Australia. Yeah, all of those queen I've known from different countries.
Yeah, and it's good to have connections around the world, right? Like example, pag pumunta ka ng Australia, at least you've got someone to contact
Yeah.
and to meet, di ba? Oo. And what
And to also attend events. Example, if they have event in
um,
Canada, in Australia,
mm,
you got something to do as well, and to also support their pageant or their platform, because it's about
mm.
sisterhood, to support each other.
Yeah, and I see that you've got advocacies as well. Like when you do this Cosmo Globe, you're helping a lot of charities, and that's a good one. I can see your posts na talagang legit talaga na tumutulong ka sa mga charity, like what you've mentioned in your profile. That's a good thing to do. And do you also do it in the Philippines? Do you help out charities in the Philippines?
For now, my main focus is to help the charities in the UK, since
Mm,
I felt like when I first started living in the UK, it opens a lot of doors for me. They helped me grow and thrive more. So I wanted to give back to them what they give to me. But in the long run, if I help enough charity in the UK, I'm gonna also support the Philippines, because at the moment I've observed that lots of Filipino people in the UK. I know that we need to support Philippine charities as well, because that's where we originated
yeah.
from. We thrive from this country, so it's more for me, it's more better to also support where are you getting your finances, and who are the one that helping you to give that and
Tama,
to
tama. And but I was talking to a friend last night, and actually she questioned someone who's in the pageantry as well, that why you're not helping the UK charities, you're just helping the Philippines. Ang sagot niya is dahil marami na daw charities dito, may tumutulong sa mga charities dito. But for you, you've chosen to help out the charities here in UK, 'di ba? So
yeah, it's
parang
for me. Yeah,
iba
it's
lang
for
din
me.
ng oo.
Yeah, for me, it's giving back more to this country, because they help a lot with me with my PhD studies. I know I can be a PhD in the Philippines, but it's not funded. Here, the government fund it as long as you're a scholar and you can pass every single thing. But there's a scholarship, but it's not really like it's very tight. That the competition is really tight, and you cannot really just get and try. wherever you want, and I become me because of
Yeah.
being in the
Mm.
UK. So I
Tama
felt
yun.
like it's the best thing to do is to help back and give back to the UK.
Yeah, it's actually true. Like my nursing, I mean the government funded it, and it's for us to return the that
Yeah,
yeah that great privilege that they've given us. I mean, UK government is very generous actually to everyone. Yeah, and of course you're not only into pageantry. You also have a talent, right? You can sing,
yeah.
you can dance. Sabi mo nga kanina, bak pwede ka pang kumain ng apoy.
With practice.
Practice, di ba? Ayan. So, ayan, it's time for us to listen to your beautiful voice. So are you ready now, Sheena?
Sure, sure.
Yes.
I'm
So let's hear
gonna.
it, guys, from Sheena Chang.
Cover speech. I was down and my dreams were wearing thin. When you lost, where do you begin? My heart always seemed to drift from day to day, looking for the love that never came my way. When you smiled and I reached out to you, I could tell you were lonely too. One look and then it all began for you and me. The moment that we touched, I knew that there would be two less lonely people in the world, and it's gonna be fine. All the people in the world, I just can't believe you're mine. In my life where everything was wrong, some things finally went right. Now there's two less lonely people in the world tonight. Just to think what I might have missed. Looking back, how did I exist? I dream, still I never thought I'd come so far. But miracles come true. I knew 'cause here we are, two less lonely people in the world, and it's gonna be fine. Out of all the people in the world, I just can't believe you're mine. In my life where everything was wrong, some things finally went right. Now there's two less lonely people in the world tonight. Tonight I fell in love with you, and all the things I never knew seem to come to me somehow. 'Cause baby, love is here and now. There's two Thank you.
Wala. Nawala ako. That's amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that beautiful voice to us. And sabi nga ni Jeremy, what? Wow, great one, Sheena. Sabi ni
Thank you,
Jeremy,
Jeremy. Thank you
right?
so much.
Yeah. Do you have any other future plans that you can share to us?
Um, yeah, I have. I'm going to this Sunday on the 24th of July. I'm going to Ireland. We will model South African clothes. So and then on the future, I cannot really disclose anything for now. But I'm
Mhm.
gonna hand over my title on February 11 to 12 in Par Hall in Warrington. So I'm gonna pass my Miss Wales 2021 title to another Miss Wales on that day. So I hope to see you all on that big theater.
And would you like to invite everyone to follow you in your social media?
Oh yeah, please follow me on my Facebook page, Sheena Worthington, and also in another Instagram at Miss and Mr CosmoGlobe UK Limited, and then also to my Facebook page on Miss and Mr CosmoGlobe UK as well.
Yes. Ayan, nawala na naman ako. Ang hirap bang mag-operate ng mag-isa ka lang, di ba?
That's true.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Sheena. I hope to meet you as well one day soon. Kung hindi dito sa London, dyan sa Manchester or anywhere. Malay mo, di ba? Sa ibang bansa tayo magkasama.
Yes, yeah, true, true. Maybe next year.
Tama, di ba? Fingers crossed. Ayan. Thank you so much and God bless and good luck to all
Thank
your
you.
endeavors.
Thank you so much. God bless.
Bye.
Bye for now.
Ayan guys, natapos na naman po ang isang oras nating talakayan dito sa Covid Wars Corner. Let's talk with Ela Hidalgo. And of course, with James Roque, a New Zealander-based comedian and the beauty queen, the scientist, and nurse Sheena Chang. And before I end my show, I would like again to invite everyone, guys, on August 28th, the Inciso, in first exposure here in London, UK. This is their first mini concert at the Apple Resto Bar in Clapham Junction. Of course, hosted by myself and Joker Diva. We've got Good Vibes of Zumba ladies, CWC admins, siblings, mamas and papas groove. We have Mervic Monicilio, who will be our special guest, and we have Wiki October. Ayan. So, abangan nyo guys ang mga Filipino events dito sa UK. Dami-daming mga Filipino events na um, in the future. So, we've got actually next, we have July 30. We will be in Lancaster to support the Mrs. Eurasia, especially Maita Martin, our solid sponsor here in COVID Warriors Corner, and we've got the Tropa who's having their event on September. So someone gave me the ticket for the Tropa, so Tropa UK, so I'll be there to support. And yes, see you around, Jeremy. See you very soon. Ayan. And I'm gonna sing a song. And, I do hope that you stay safe. The cases are rising again, guys. So please do stay safe. Continue our protective yung mga ginagawa natin before during the pandemic, and tuloy-tuloy lang po yan, guys. So mag-ingat guys, and God bless everyone. Have a great week ahead of us. And this song is for you. And second Friday, guys, Apple Resto Bar. And before anything, I would like also to promote my YouTube channel, Ela Hidalgo TV, IG Ela _ my Facebook, Ela Hidalgo, of course, 89. And Apple Bar every second Friday of each month. I'm there with Mr. David Uy and Kumusta Kabayan every Wednesday sa PHLB Radio Los Angeles with Sarah Balabagan. Ayan. Baby, do you know what that's worth? Ooh, heaven is a place on earth. They say in heaven, love comes first. We'll make heaven a place on earth. Thank you, Sheena. When the night falls down, I wait for you, then you come around, and the world's alive with the sound of kids on the street outside. When we talk into the room, you pull me close and we start to learn. And we're spinning with the stars above. Lift me up in a wave of love. Ooh, baby, do you know what that's worth? Ooh, heaven is a place on earth. They say in heaven, love comes first. We'll make heaven a place on earth. Ooh, heaven is a place on earth. When I feel all alone, I reach for you and you bring me home. When I'm lost at sea, I hear your voice and it carries me. In this world we're just beginning to understand the miracle of living. Maybe I was afraid before, but I'm not afraid anymore. Ooh, baby, do you know what that's worth? Ooh, heaven is a place on earth. They say in heaven, love comes first. We'll make heaven a place on earth. Ooh, heaven is a place on earth. Ooh, heaven. I'll be having my next stream, guys, in August. So I'll be off for 2 weeks dahil may mga gagawing importante. In this world we're just beginning to understand the miracle of living. Baby, I was afraid before, I'm not afraid anymore. Ooh, baby, do you know what that's worth? Ooh, heaven is a place on earth. They say in heaven, love comes first. We'll make heaven a place on earth. Ooh, heaven is 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 a place on earth. Yes, God bless everyone. Bye.
You're still trying to find what it takes to be strong. There's a way and you can feel it inside you. You gotta be easy, yeah, through the shine. Leave your worries all behind. Take the spotlight, see the sun shines forever. Need a change for every day. Take the chances no one made. Don't give up, 'cause we can make it together. Take the spotlight, see the sun shines forever. Don't give up, 'cause we can make it together.
When the world seems untrue and rain is left for gentle dew, don't give up and don't give in, and don't forget where you have been.
You may struggle through it all. They can never see you fall. They always say you're standing tall. Your strength is in your soul. You have to risk it all and find a way. No need to waste another day. Let them see you shine when it's your time. Keep your spirit soaring high. Make it happen, make it shine. Leave your worries all behind. Take the spotlight, see the sun shines forever. Need a change for every day. Take the chances no one made. Don't give up, 'cause we can make it together.
Take the spotlight, see the sun shines forever. Don't give up, 'cause we can make it together.
No matter how long it will take, just make it last another day. Don't you ever let it take a step behind.
Don't be afraid to make mistakes. You're just reinventing yourself. It's hard as it may seem. You're dreaming a new dream.